Everybody, I'm Griffin here, and welcome back to Parkasaurus. Alright, so we've got a lot of unhappy dinos because their playing has gone, but on top of that, yeah, I want to use sick. Okay, and that's exhibit. Stegosaurus exhibit is flippy tail, needs an injection. Alright, I think we're doing okay. Alright, so we want employee lounge. Wait, didn't I already? Oh, is that an upgraded picnic table? Okay. Oh, it's just an improved bench. You have to go through nice pack though. Look, we're generating science at a degree, at a speed that is truly, truly ridiculous. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and take one of our janitors, perhaps. And also perhaps one of our okay, we got a lot. So okay, and then also I don't know what this does. It definitely looks cooler. But yeah, we're generating so much freaking science. It's ridiculous. We're already back at 6,000 science. Like, I don't know how we do anything differently. Oh, I guess I wanted to go... Wait, what's Mr. Manager? Ooh. Oh, and I did get better bathrooms, right? Funnel cake. Like, these cost a lot of science, but it's not going to take me very long to actually get there. Which is the silly part, I think, but what do I know? Eventually we just start selling our science, is what ends up happening. And that's, you know, fine by me. Alright, so... Oh, whoops. Wow, those actually look really nice. And yet... Just trying to upgrade all the things. Alright, so we have more stands. Okay, so yeah, the thing is there are better decorations, and I think eventually you can just upgrade the decorations as well. Oh, I bet you that's why. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're not going to place them nearly as often as other stuff. It's a happy dinosaur. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and just trade science for hearts. Because why not? Hey, look at that. Ultra security. I really should be more concerned about the carnivore, but also this is hella expensive. Like, I am burning through a good chunk of our money to do this. But A, look how amazing that looks. And also if we check privacy view, it actually is pretty similar. I like it a lot better. Also, with things on fast forward, we just, oh god, we spent $7,000 today. Like, net. Alright, so also I have 18,000 science. Oh. It's just like a legit full bathroom. This is how science is going, by the way. Like, that's just how it's gonna be. Just because we can do that now. Just start on one side of the fence. It looks so nice. And we have 18 hearts. So where is a space door? That's so weird. Lepidododendron. So yeah, basically hearts are going to be the big thing, the big quote-unquote limiting factor. I already have 7,000 science already. Saw a research spaceship. That's what I thought. The fact that it kicks them out when you do that is a little annoying. Okay, you are... Oh, you're this guy. You train. Okay, we have to go back to employee view. Yes, you've got a lot of skill points, but... Alright, we're going to skip summary. We're going to start skipping summary. Who else? I was training... Right, employee view. Learn! Do much learning. Alright, I think we want to increase our medium cuts by 1. Now let's pop back into hearts. I want to find our better feeders. Alright. And that way we can... And that actually makes the job of our veterinarians easier. Did you not? I saw somebody go out to it, but nobody nobody did anything. Very interesting. All right. Right, we can get nice benches and a clock block. So, we can easily unlock epic dinosaurs now. Where's our veterinarian? Walked over and didn't put anything in. I'm definitely confused by that. Like, he got all the way there. Did it just get eaten immediately? Oh, I accidentally hit higher on somebody. Okay. That's definitely how hiring works in the real world. Alright, so... Oh my god. Oh my god, that's ginormous. Nope, this one, this one, this one. I accidentally selected something else. Oh, this is an entertainment. Whoops. I need to find a restaurant. Funnel cakes are food. So here's the thing, is you can change what these do. Like, this is something that we've picked up. I don't know if that actually affects anything. I do know that these do. Okay. Kale chips have no effect. Falafel. Increased desire for funnel cakes 100%, adds 20% to food. Orange Topia. I think we'll just go with falafel. Hot dog huge is increases time at the park by 10%. Calls. Yep, that's what we want. We have too many things, man. We've reached that point. Oh god, soda and pop is ginormous. Why is soda and pop so big? So this is that point where one of two things kind of happens for me. Like, we clearly have a crap ton of more space to do stuff. Oh boy. There we go. Like, we clearly have a lot more room to do stuff, but I'm honestly starting to lose interest. I mean, part of it is because I have broken the science decently. And obviously, I haven't gotten everything researched, but like, it's only a matter of time. And what I have here is I don't know, feels not as useful. Stegosaurus. Stegosauri are having troubles. Hunger for a stegosaur. Big eye injection. Wait, was it just hunger before? I'm dumb. Yeah, injection. And you are not sick. Yeah, I'll spend 9 days infected if vet doesn't get there. Yes. Okay. Like, at this point, we could keep going, but I feel like... I don't know. This is the point where the game stops entertaining me. And, I mean, I personally think that's really unfortunate, but that's a me thing. I don't think that's explicitly a game thing. Like, I've still got a whole bunch of stuff that I could unlock. Like, certainly. But... I don't know. We're just at that point where I'm not, like, improving beyond this doesn't help me. I don't know, it doesn't jump out to me as something that I really want to do. The way that I've built this exhibit, this is not valid anywhere. That looks really fucking janky. I mean, like, I could do something fucking stupid and, like, just make the rest of the exhibit, like, a single... Like, I was tempted to, like, merge all herbivores, like, make a giant herbivore sanctuary kind of thing. But... and just fill the world with herbivores. Oh my gosh. Ah, that lag though. I mean, I think there's definitely... Oh, that's neat. I don't know what that does. Oh, does it teleports people. So yeah, there are certainly some things that could be improved UI wise, like holy crap, I now have to go click find and click every single bench and upgrade it. Odd colored poop in exhibit, new exhibit. By the way, fucking ginormous. Oh, there are multiple new exhibits. Like, they were Parkasaurus, right? Ah, okay. Privacy. Privacy for theropods is rock cough. Okay, it was this poop, so injection. Cool. But yeah, clicking on every bench to upgrade is insanely tedious and very unfortunate. This thing is friggin' huge and has been playing in the mud. So yeah, I think we've just like reached a point where, I don't know. Like, I'm just... Oh, cool, it's another upgrade for the bench. So now, I need to do it again. And again. Oh, it puts that, those are just giant chunks of poop, isn't it? So yeah, I have to go to every bench and upgrade it multiple times now. I've already luckily upgraded most of them once. Like, you can see where this UI problem is. Like, I should put a suggestion. I'm going to put a suggestion. 100% put a suggestion in the Steam discussions. As I said, I enjoy this game. I think this game is fun. I think it does. It's like a much more relaxed tycoon game, and depending on who you are, you may or may not find that to be a good thing. Like, I think that's very objective. Subject. I don't even know. It's very up to you whether or not that is what you enjoy in a game, right? Like, that's just how it works. I do wonder if doing the speed up here makes them do the learning faster. Because, I mean, yeah, we're... Mailbox. So we literally have one science thing left. Like that is it. And so then that begs the question, what's the point of science, right? And I'm just going to trade it for hearts is the answer to your question. Um, but yeah, it's just like the biggest, and I don't want this to sound bad, the biggest downside to this style of tree is just that, I don't know, or like we got a bunch of dinosaurs, and I could have a bunch more dinosaurs. At least I feel this is true. I don't know this is true. I feel like this is true. I feel like I could have a lot more dinosaurs right now than I have. I have $100,000. I'm literally just profiting. Um, I know there are systems in place to make it better to have like different kinds of dinosaur. It's better to see different tiers of dinosaur. Um, and that's to reward you for digging into the tech tree to go further, but also to still do some of the stuff that you could be doing. There's also this kind of whole giant thing about breeding dinosaurs, but I have exactly zero desire to breed dinosaurs. Like, I have the exact number of eggs that I want. Also, what the fuck happened here? I hope that's not actually a problem. Because I literally just replaced the fence. I don't know, we haven't had any dinosaur fights. I don't even know if that's a thing. So, yeah. We now have all the science. I think. Congratulations, we did all the science. We did all the science, everybody. Which means from here on out, I go to the bank and I buy hearts with science. And they can't stop me. And then we lag out for a little bit. There we go. Like, this is what we have. We're making $20,000 a day-ish. I don't know, that's just an estimate based on how much we had in the till last time. Like, oh yeah. Like, there's this whole mini game with the dig that is just kind of a waste. I don't know. Like, I don't want this to be final thoughts, but I think it might be final thoughts. I think this might be the finale, for now, of Parkasaur, or Parkasaurus. And I think that because I've reached the point where, as I was saying earlier, I've reached the point where I'm not all that interested in continuing to play. Like, I'm spending a lot of my time just sitting here, and like, yeah, I could get some more dinosaurs, but building the exhibits, I don't know, it's not as fun as I would hope, I suppose, is what I'm getting at. Wait, where's our space store? Yeah, I should be working towards the space store. Because that's like the last interesting upgrade. Like, we can do a lot of things, like we can get some extra hats, we got some rubber toys, some cylinder features, but like, I've reached the point in the game where all that stuff just doesn't really seem to matter. Like, the progression... Oh, I thought it wasn't doing anything because there wasn't any, like, quick feedback. But yeah, I guess for me personally, it just kind of feels like we've hit the end of the interesting part of the game. Also, there are things of poop all the way out here from these fucking guys. Look at this, is ridiculous. But yeah, like there's a lot of systems that you don't really need to pay attention to. And I personally think that's a downside. Okay, so it really doesn't matter which door you use. Or if these don't have anything to do with security. Just the fences themselves. So yeah, I think the biggest problem that I have with the game thus far is just that the progression isn't incentivized, I guess is the phrase I'm going for here. I'm not even entirely in agreement with that phrase, but like I've hit the point where I am going to finish out all of these trees. And I'm going to do it because I conquered science. But, like, on top of that, I mean, this is going to take a while because science is difficult. Like, science is still taking a decent bit, and the hearts are going to take time. I don't know if I'm going to finish it before... Oh, he's still carrying tree leaves. That's hilarious. Wait, why is your speed 31? Your speed's only 30, right? Logic? What? But yeah, like there's a lot of stuff in the game that feels like it's just kind of gonna go unused, like, or is inconvenient. I guess that's where it really lands. So, where to start? So, I guess we'll start with the point that I've already made. We can upgrade all these things. Look at this. I can upgrade all these things. This is interesting. Right? Like this is neat. Now, there's a convenience problem here, which I've already discussed. Like, you've gotten a new technology. Do you want to upgrade? Like, there's a trade-off here that is occurring. And it's one that I think is probably a preference of mine that could be very different from other people's preferences. And it has to do with how that progression occurs. Right, so it's not like we've learned how to do, like, we have learned how to make this bench, this picnic table, right? I now know how to make a picnic table that has an umbrella so that you can eat and like you can eat and be more shaded and do it better. However, if I want to, I can still buy the shitty picnic table. Now, the good one's literally 10 times, or yeah, it's literally 10 times the cost. Like, we're paying the difference here as we upgrade. Like, that's just a thing that's happening. Yeah, that's right. The bathroom. But my point is, in a lot of games, progression is a thing. Like, hey, I learned how to build a bench. It's kind of a shitty bench, but it's a bench. And it's like, oh, I realized that, you know, I could put a back on the bench and it would be better for the people who are sitting in it. So they'll regain more energy. And then I learned that if I put little planters on the side, the guests sitting in them will be more relaxed. Right? Like that that is what struck me more than anything else about these progressions, is that you can go like, this is super cluttered. This is super cluttered because as somebody who has $200,000, I am never building this bench again. I'm never building this bench again. I'm never building this picnic table or that picnic table or that garbage bin or that garbage bin or that or that or that. Like, I am not ever going to buy the crappy versions. I'm never going to buy the crappy versions of the things that I have upgraded. And that's because money and science aren't difficult things to acquire in this game. And that's not a fault of the game. I mean, I don't know how you'd make it more difficult. Like, I don't even remember how Roller Coaster Tycoon made it more difficult. Like, I don't think it ever really was. Like, most of those maps had like a goal, like by X time have an economy this good, right? I'm pretty sure that's how they worked. It's been a while. So you just kind of hit that point where you don't, I don't know, like that impact is less. And so now we've also hit this weird part of the game where our progression in technology is so fast. I don't know, maybe they don't expect people to do this. Maybe they don't expect people to do this. I hired 2 scientists and I just trained one the hell up. Like, boom, go, get crazy smart, and then I'm going to throw you in lab. Look at how fast he is generating science. That is 120 science every 2 seconds. And granted, we're on super fast forward, but that's still insanely fast. Like, maybe this is just a strategy that breaks the game. But regardless, progression to me is progression. It's like a permanent thing. Like, I think it should be maybe just a, hey, you've upgraded this object. Like, you learned this about this object. Every one of those objects in your park is now that you modified it and made it better. And whenever you build it, you'll always build the upgraded version. But it's slightly more expensive, right? Like, that is legit. Like, they want you to be able to have the micromanaging to put down maybe something crappier when you don't have the money. But money is just not hard to come by in this game. Like, I'm not doing much here that is making it difficult to have money. Like, it's not. My expenses are vastly dwarfed by my earnings at this point. So I'm not very incentivized to not spend that money. So always buying these makes a lot of sense to me. Always buying the good stuff makes sense. And all the upgrades are mostly just annoying at this point because I have to click on everything. But I've talked about how that can be fixed. Like, a bunch of the other upgrades create like this micromanaging thing that isn't interesting. Like, it's, I guess I shouldn't say it's not interesting. It doesn't feel impactful because you just don't see it. Now, obviously, like, I guess the 7 science per dinosaur scene could be pretty impactful. I don't know, but I also don't know. Like, maybe it'd be nice, be like, this has gained you this much science in the past 24 hours, or something like that. That's probably too complicated for the UI to have on it, but it's a thought. But yeah, the progression that I've hit here has put me in the end game of the park very early. And I don't know if that's what the intention is, because there's another thing about this progression that I haven't gotten to just yet, and it's the exhibits and the decorations. So if we look at decoration, that's privacy. I always click the wrong thing. Yeah, this is our decorations right now. Cool, yay, that's interesting. Have you seen this? The neutral tier 1, tier 2, and bad? I mean, I kind of... Wow, this is really messy over here. Like, I kind of hate that there's even negative stuff. I completely understand that there like that's how it works in real life. Like bathrooms aren't great to have around, but you can never upgrade the bathrooms to actually be like too good. But we can get we can get tier 3 fucking decorations, and look at that. That is tier 2 decoration. Look at that. People think that is fucking awesome. That's really cool. Like, we can build a... Yeah, it's a playground. I have no idea where you'd actually fit this. But we go back to decorations view, and it actually didn't do anything. I don't know where to put you so that people would be interested in you. Right? Like, that's part of the problem. But the real part of the problem is just that... I guess, yeah, that's an entertainment thing. It's not a decoration thing. Triceratops fountain doesn't even have a tier. So that doesn't make sense to me. Like, yeah, it's got the double thing on that, but I guess it's got tiers because things improve. Like, you can upgrade from one to the other. But my point is, upgrading your park is difficult and tedious when it's linear. It's even more difficult and tedious when it's not linear. And that's where the other part comes in, where we not only have to deal with upgraded decorations, it's also like upgraded things in here. Upgraded trees. One of the things we've been unlocking is tier 2 tree. Look. I'm gonna have to go fix that. I don't think... privacy sick. You guys are getting sick all the fucking time, guys. Like, come on. Okay, we're at injection. Now game's gonna do this wonderful little laggy thing. Alright, I think you've been treated. I actually think it might have bugged out a little bit. Cool. Like that's the other thing that's just gonna kind of suck. Like, I get that part of this whole add tier 2 items to increase the realism of the exhibit, right? Like, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back through here. What even is this, swamp? Okay, I don't have any tier 2 swamp things, do I? Just yet. No, I'm gonna have to go get some. I'm gonna have to go get... Wait a minute. Are there just no tier 2 swamp things? Okay, there are. Where are they? Oh. Like, okay, so do I just place a bunch of these now? This is the problem. Like, I don't want to say this is a problem because I don't absolutely hate this. Like, more often I'm annoyed by obtuse systems that aren't clear in how they work. But at the same time, there's only like 2 tier 2 things. These aren't actually differentiated very well. Those are still all tier 1. Like, cool, I have like a super realistic exhibit now, but I don't know what that's gained me, actually. It might have improved. Okay, they fucking love their exhibit. They fucking love it. It's amazeballs. So, like, that feels bad to just go back and add a bunch of stuff so it's, you know, accurate. Because that part of the whole game just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't track to me. Or for me, I guess, is what I mean. Like, just something about it doesn't track. Because track's not the right phrase, is it? Whoops. It feels odd to have to go back and do that. I'm just gonna unlock all the dinosaurs just to prove a point. Oh, I'm running low on hearts. That's not surprising. Like, as I said, the real issue is that something about the way that the progression works and functions is kinda off. And that's the part that is, I think, the most unfortunate. Because, like, it feels like there should be a stronger progression from point A to point B in terms of the tech tree. But not only are the things that you unlock in the tech tree kind of annoying to implement, a la upgrading large numbers of things, upgrading even singular things, or changing buffs on food. I like that idea. Like, I like a lot of the ideas that are in there, but the way that you progress from one to the other effectively feels insignificant. And it makes me wonder if the way that I did this really was unintended in pretty much every way. Because honestly, that would feel pretty accurate. Also, like this. Why I can just spend all the money in the world. By the way, there are a lot of dinosaurs, which I think is good. But maybe it is too many. Like, maybe it just is too much. I want to say the answer to that's almost always no. I don't think that too much is bad here. This is bad though. Like, one more level and then I just pop him over with the other scientist, and then we are literally going to be making double that, which is silly. So yeah, the progression mostly just feels off. I think that's the big part. Also, I managed to get up to 31 speed again. I don't think I should be able to do that. I guess maybe just some people it is possible. Though I find that strange. Maybe that's just me. So yeah, beyond the progression being odd and like just suddenly dumped, like I said, like suddenly I'm overwhelmed with crap. Beyond that, as a problem, the game. I mean, and I say it's a problem, but like I enjoyed what I played for the game. I really think this is me not being a huge fan of like these sort of games after a while. Like I really think that's just on me. Okay, so I need 8,000 science and 80 hearts. I really need, like, I'm really bad at organizing this. 80 hearts, I said. And 8,000 science. Yeah, I know. I'm just speeding it up for no reason. You're close. Oh, the game's doing its lag thing. It's doing some math. So yeah, I've unlocked all the dinosaurs. I can just make a Spinosaurus right now. I can make a Tyrannosaurus Rex too. So, like, I'm at the point where I can basically do whatever I want, and I'm right here in my park. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. As I said, there's some weird things about getting here and things that I don't like about having to upgrade stuff. And I'm not a huge fan of the decoration system, though I understand that that is definitely a player preference on my part. I also am a bit iffy on um, just some of the other systems that I know that they've said exist, but I haven't really seen. Like if I look at my park rating, right? Like 3 stars. Toilets are apparently a problem, but I don't know why. Food is also a problem, but I also kind of don't know why. I've got a ton of different options for food. Is it because I built it the way that I built it? I don't actually know. Like, there's some exploration to be done in there, possibly. Like, I tried adding little food stands around, but clearly people aren't happy with it. Like, having more bathrooms than this, sure, I could do that, but it would be insane. Like, it would be really insane. Like, if I just made a huge fucking park, like, would that fix some problems? Like, is this overcrowded? Like, I'm pretty sure this is overcrowded to some degree. I don't know for sure, but I don't really have a way of knowing that either. Maybe that's a view that you can have down in here is crowding. Earn 10,000 in a single day. Oh no, I'll never get that done. Well, I spent too much money, so that's probably part of it. But like now, you sir are max speed and everything else. So now these guys are making science like a freaking boss. And we just kind of call it like I now have, and they're basically making money. Like they're basically making money. Like that's just how it works at this point, right? Because I just go over here to the bank. And trade my science for money. And also my hearts for money. Because I don't need them. Do you know how, like, I am making... Okay, let's check. Alright, at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna... Oh god, it went way too fast. Okay, at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna look at how much science I have. Alright, I have 3320. 3320 science. I went from 3320 to 5034. So that is 1,700 and change. 1,700 and change. That is approximately $15,000 an hour. An hour. An hour. That's fucking broken. Now, okay, I am also using this. This is also a thing. Whoops. Game's doing its lag thing. Start the new day. Oh, well, that doesn't fucking do. I guess I also forgot about my complaint that the 3x3 grid is kind of obnoxious. Generate 500 science today. Cool. Alright. Let's wait until 6 o'clock. Whoops. Hey, look, we've already made 500 science. 605, 8237. This is without the science gate. $82.37, 1560. We made 1560, which means that this is actually a decent chunk. It's about 200 science in an hour. But my point stands. That's 2.5. That is $12,000 an hour. I am making $12,000 an hour. The park has been open. I mean, granted, it's the morning, so you're not making much money. But I've got $60 in the till. Meanwhile, I can sell the science that my two guys are generating right here for $12,000. And we're open 12 hours. So I'm making $144,000 in science every day just by smacking those two guys there. And I have an empty spot. You know what the correct action to do here is to go ahead and go, hey, scientist. Come here, scientist. Where are you? Like, and then I just start this over. I start this shenanigans all the way over again. Right? Like, and on top of that, I can also basically I should just be hiring 3 scientists, putting them here. When they're done training up, dropping them somewhere else to generate science, either here or on one of their talkie podiums, and then I should just be selling the science. Like, that's the level of silly that we're at here. And I don't know if it's because I broke the game or what. But it is definitely a little bit on the weird side that all the, like, I've unlocked everything. I have 4 dinosaur exhibits. Ta-da! It just feels weird. This episode has gone like twice as long as it should have because I think it's going to be the finale episode for now. If there are some big updates, maybe I'll come back and visit it. But I'm probably just going to pop into this park. And also, we're making tons of science from people viewing dinosaurs, I guess. But yeah, I might check it out. If it gets another big update, I'm either going to leave a link to this in their discussions or I'm going to type it out. I'm probably going to type it out at some point. It's not going to be anytime soon. Because as you guys are watching this, if you're watching it day of release, I am probably getting ready to travel home. I'm going to be on vacation. That's why I've been recording a little bit further. What food do we not have? I'm apparently out of big trees. Cool. So yeah, there's some weird stuff in terms of moving your park forward, going through the progression. There's obviously some conveniences that'd be really nice to have in terms of upgrading things. I think that the way that they're doing decorations, while interesting, needs to be a little bit more accessible. Like, I really hate building bushes every now and again. Like, I get that in a real amusement park you have those things, you have that decor, but I think it's a lot more about theming areas rather than building stuff in the middle of pathways. Because yes, there is some stuff in those pathways and like Disney World and what have you. Like that is definitely a thing. It's a thing that exists. But it's not incredibly pervasive, and you have this problem when trying to simulate a real park. Boom, done. Oh, there's something else. Gastonia donations. I'm not gonna have a Gastonia anytime soon. Like, this is obviously not how a real park would look. Like, it would probably be entirely paved, and there'd be a lot more like up and down or something like that. And I think that's kind of the weird part. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I had a Jurassic Park park builder game for the Game Boy, and I was terrible at it because I built cages, put dinosaurs in them. I enjoyed the like discovering new dinosaurs thing more than I did the actual park simulation part. There was a cheat code that would just give you infinite money, and I used that all the time. Just because I wanted to play the game of getting the dinosaurs and putting them in cages and just like doing the thing, right? And apparently the whole way you did it is you actually ran the tour buses past the cages, not the walking paths. And it took me so long to figure that out because the game wasn't clear about that I failed so many parks that's why I was using the infinite money code. And when I finally learned that was actually how you got them to view the dinosaurs, like I was just done playing the game already. Like I had already done the things that I wanted to do. And that was the unfortunate part about that game, right? And so when doing it here, trying to create this air of realism, like I get it. I get the wanting to play this decorations game, but I feel like what you need is you need to have things that are more along the lines of like the big rock decorations. Where are those decorations? Like things that a sewer cover increases the wonder of your guests. Okay, I'm just gonna pass on that one. Like yeah, shade. Look at that. Cool. That's shade. Let's look at our decoration. Look at that. Wow, that did actually nothing at all. Upkiss. Oh, that's right, because it's even though it's tier 2, it doesn't actually do anything. Like all the other ones. Oh wait, no, that's shade tier 3. There we go. That's cool and all, but that did diddly fucking squat, man. So like this isn't a thing that you see in a normal park, I think. Like you do see arches. Like arches I can get down with. I don't know. Okay, see that's interesting. If I delete you, it doesn't get better. Is it just not? Oh, cause it's just around the feet. Okay, why doesn't it go all the way to the middle, guys? Why doesn't it go all the way to the middle? Like, I don't think I'm asking for too much here. I don't think I'm asking for too much on that one. Like, at all. Like, I like that they have... Oh, I fucked that up. I like that they have some of these extra... Like, but here's the thing. Now, what I'm going to do, and I am not at all joking, if I were to be continuing to play this park, you know what I would do? Oh. I'm actually... Well, no, you already know what I'm going to do. If I were to come back to this park, all I would do is build these arches. That's all I would do. Because they're apparently fucking amazing. But not for the middle. Like if I were to, see, watch what happens. Actually, this might be okay. No, apparently it is okay. Okay, Okay, experiment time. This doesn't make sense to me. This this is legitimately silly. Like just me. My gut reaction is this is silly. Why doesn't it decorate everything? You're passing underneath it. It should be it should at least connect, and maybe it fades out, right? Like it fades out to green on the outside. Like you got a solid thing in here. Maybe the solid is just one around and through, and then fades out to like green for 2. That way, if you build a second arch here, like the green would overlap here and turn to yellow. But that's not how the green works, because the green can just only be green. Like, this sort of stuff, it just makes a giant green square. Like, I don't know, I don't find that level of application of this stuff interesting. I mean, maybe it's just me, but like that's not an interesting way to do decoration. And I know I'm railing on decoration pretty hard here, and it's because I don't like the system at all to begin with, because it's impossible to simulate reality in that regard. Like, it's just impossible. You like, if you like, I'm just imagining walking through like Six Flags or Disneyland, and it's like, just like the rides are thematic, like you are walking through different themed villages. The paths are generally plain, but it is the things that actually do exist outside of that are interesting, because you're never looking at the ground. Like, there might be some decorations that are pretty blinding, like around a bench somewhere, or where you can get a nice good panoramic of something, but most of those like mid-tier decorations that I'm adding don't matter. We're cashing out. Like that's I think my big problem with the decorations thing, and I've been on this tangent now for an extra 10 minutes, which is not what I was intending to do. So I guess I'll get back to the focus here. I enjoyed this game. Believe it or not, I enjoyed this game. I think there's a lot of fun stuff here. I think the challenges are more compelling than just starting up a random park. But I think the challenges are also a little bit unfocused. Like, they set you up to do something, but they don't... They're almost too constrained. Like, they're designed to teach you things, and that's fine. Like, I liked learning about the different aspects of the park in that manner, but they're preparing you for starting your own park. And at the same time, some of them have some objectives that are just oddly difficult to complete, or make things take longer than I would want them to, perhaps, right? Like, I forget which one it was, but there was one that took like an extra 10 days because I just needed to wait for money. And I do know now, it didn't happen when we were playing them, but they added par times to all of them that can earn you an extra rocket. Which is, you know, a thing. But if we go to the campaign map, I think we'll see. Yeah, I'm now missing rockets on all of them because there's a par time. There's a bonus ship for par time. And I don't know how long we took for all of these things. I guess we've got some extra chip. But anyway, I don't even know if these apply. I don't think they apply to your park. So, I mean, they've definitely got more room for more campaign maps, but I don't think that this is... For me personally, what I would want out of this is the tutorial. These are all the tutorials. I think you should just make one giant map that has scripted problems that teach you these things. So, I don't even remember what all these taught. This one was about proper dinosaur exhibits. Like, have a park that has a couple really bad exhibits like these that you need to fix up. The energy, have a gap in the park that doesn't have any benches, and like show that the traffic to that area is really low because guests are getting tired. Like, use that summary map. I don't remember what this one was either. The medical one. The medical one's easy. Just after a certain amount of time in that tutorial, you have the, oh look, a dinosaur is sick, or a couple dinosaurs have gotten sick. Look at them, look at their symptoms, and treat them all. Like, have like a big pause moment, and like have some of these scripted events in a giant park that already exists. Star ratings from the humans. I mean, that's like an end goal of the tutorial, right? Like, hey, you've been fixing up this park. The star value has been going up because, you know, you now have more dinosaurs that are viewable and things like that. And you build on this. And then at the very end, they're like, hey, since you've been running this park, let's see if you can get it to be 4 stars and have X dinosaurs and, you know, whatever stats you're trying to get for. And then that's what the challenges really are supposed to be. The challenges are supposed to be, I say supposed to. What I really mean, and I really should clarify, is that based on the way that I have played games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Ski Tycoon, I haven't played Zoo Tycoon, but my siblings did. The way that they always put their challenges together was something thematic or interesting and with a goal. And it wasn't always a certain amount of time, but there were other constraints that made it interesting and difficult. Like, hey, you've been doing this thing. You know, now you need to do this. And with dinosaur exhibits, it's definitely going to be harder. And I guess this is where, because I didn't play Zoo Tycoon, that's probably the closest one. Because, you know, when you build a ride, you build a ride. So if you're trying to, like, you can say I have, like, you know, make an all carnivore park. Make an herbivore exhibit that is really big, or make an exhibit that has a 80% decoration rating while also this or that, right? Like, and you start them with a little bit of stuff, maybe not a ton, but you go from there. And unfortunately, this all has to deal with the progression curve as well. Like, the unlocking stuff with science is a good plan, but maybe science isn't something that you can just throw a scientist on. Like, I know that's the point of scientists, but clearly the way that I approached this kind of shattered the game a little bit. I said 4 dinosaurs exhibits in, and I have everything unlocked. Don't know if that's intentional. I don't even think that I took that long doing the things that I did, because I was trying to use the system where it was, you know, this amount of dinosaurs. You know, like, or trying to get the different types, the different tiers of dinosaur. Like, the process I went for that sort of unlocked it by itself. Maybe the Steam Workshop stuff will show up with things like that. I mean, that's going to be a thing. I actually don't know how much of a thing that actually is, or anything like that. But it's something that I'm definitely curious. Like, if maybe I'll go and see if there's enough Steam Workshop support that I could actually do some modding and make that tutorial map that I'm talking about, because I think that would be a cool idea. Either way, I've been rambling about this game for at least 50 minutes. And the thing that I want you to leave this with, if you are still with me, is that the game is fun. It is enjoyable. it is a little silly, and that's its goal. You can put dinosaurs in exhibits with hats on them, okay? There's maybe not as much emphasis on that as I was hoping. There might be. That was one of the things that drew me to it, is the fact that it was a little silly. And I mean the style of animation and stuff, it is that cute sort of thing. So I'm not disappointed at all by the time that I've spent in this game, because I think it's great, and it's still in early access. They're still updating stuff, so it's not like anything that you see here can't be changed or is just a permanent flaw in the game. Like, if it even is a flaw, this, what they are going for, their goal for this as a game, may also just not be compatible with the vision that I have for it as an expectation. That is nobody's fault. That does not make it a bad game. It just means that maybe it wasn't exactly the game for me. Now, I don't think that's even true. I want to qualify again. I said I enjoyed this game. I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. It's a combination of the fact that I really wanted the progression to feel slower and more reasonable in terms of like how slowly you want to progress. Like progressing slowly isn't bad if the progression carries you through a park, but building a dinosaur park doesn't really lend itself to slowly discovering new dinosaur species and slowly being able to make more exhibits for them. Like the fact that you can't make a sand exhibit with a good like base background of everything to start with is just like that kind of sucks to me. Like that's one of those things that makes me go, oh really, I need to spend like 20 hearts getting this before I can even use this dinosaur, so I basically have to start here or there. Maybe that's one of the things that the park should use. Like, pick one of the things that you've specialized in, or that your scientists managed to find a big discovery in, so that you can pick whether or not you want to start with, more carnivores or more desert dinosaurs, or maybe you just really delved deep into rainforest, so you even have like those tier 2 a tier 2 tree or already, or something like that. I think that rebalancing things around that might be an interesting way to go about progression. But once again, I really don't know. I don't know what their goals are for the game explicitly. They do put out a lot of updates, but I haven't read them all, exhaustively. I've mostly watched for the new features and the new things so that I could take advantage of them while playing. And as I said, they're still adding stuff, and things can still change. Early access is early access for a reason, and that's just kind of how it is. But for me, between that progression kind of messing with me, the fact that going through all of the challenges, all of the campaign and the world map, and then trying to build a custom game is a little bit exhausting to do continuously, because I did play a lot. And we are on episode, I think this is 26, which means I've been playing this for half a year. That's a long time to be playing a game. Obviously not every day or anything like that, but it's a lot to be playing a game. And there's a lot of other games that I want to play, so I think I'm also like itching to put something else on the channel. Especially, I guess you guys have seen Oxenfree on Saturday. That was last Saturday. That should have gone up. And the subject also going on concurrently on Sunday after Victorian. Oxenfree's going on Sunday after the subject. And then, there's a lot of stuff. The fact that Stardew Valley is taking up 2 slots, while convenient in some ways, is also inconvenient in a couple others. I think I am ready to be done with this game for now, and I will definitely be looking and keeping an eye on the news for any big updates that could bring me back to try out some new stuff, to make it fresh enough that trying again, or at least just digging into what we have, is, I don't know, incentive enough. Anyway, it is getting pretty late. I have been rambling for way too long. This episode is literally 3 times what I was planning on it being. and I need to pack to go on vacation. So I will see you all next time with a new game for now. But until then, keep your gears turning.